No, he's 34, right?
Yeah.
And Terrence is 37?
37, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So
Damn.
yeah.
They're both younger than me.
Yeah. And
Stay youthful, guys.
Yeah. Those guys, that's gonna be such a good fight though.
Hold on to your youth, fellas.
He speak to them like they're youngins. Yo, Canelo, let me tell you something.
Yo, Canelo, come here, mijo.
Yo, bud.
Canelo, come here, papi.
Bud Crawford.
Come here, papi.
Yo, what's up, bud? What's up, young buck? You talk to him like you there, unk. Them dudes will kill you.
What up, young? What up, youngin?
Yo, mira, mijo, ¿cómo está?
Oye, mijo, tú estás por ahí, tú estás peleando todavía. Sí, peleando. Ah, pero yo te vi en la televisión, sí.
Bendiciones.
Bendición, mira.
Canelo. Oh shit, you can do that, bro. You can do that. Bro, man, I would love to just see him give you a gut punch. You bendiciones.
You think Canelo get mad at me if I said bendición?
You called him mijo?
Song of the year for a diss track now.
Yeah, he won how many Grammys now?
5. He won 5 Grammys that night. Yeah.
That night for a diss track.
Yeah, it was like record of the year, song of the year, I don't know, diss of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, that made me realize that there should be a category in the Grammys for like honorary tracks. Like iconic honorary tracks that never won anything.
Yeah,
cuz
like a good job sticker.
No, but people get
almost, guys.
People get like lifetime achievements, right?
Yeah.
And they may have never actually won one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like the idea of like, because there's tracks that held iconic fucking spots in people's minds.
Yeah.
Right? That never got acknowledged because of the way people looked at music throughout time.
Yeah.
So if you could go back, there should be one category where it's like, yo, this year we're gonna put up, I don't know, Beethoven's this versus fucking.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like,
you know,
in the retro category.
Yeah, retro. Yeah.
Who would you have on there? Like,
who didn't win? Like, I'm sure, did like any of the new wave artists win?
And the winner is
like Aha.
Oh yeah.
Like that song.
Do Aha have any Does Aha have any Grammys?
Nah, I don't know.
Hey Matt, can you look that up? If the band Aha has any Grammys,
they should have won for that.
Because I feel like they should get a Grammy every year for that.
Tears for Fears. I'm sure they got Grammys
for that song existing for as long as it has.
Yeah.
And it hitting the way it always does. Take On Me should get a Grammy every year.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The video should get Video of the Year. MTV.
Video of the Year every year.
There should always be like a retro category.
Yeah.
People don't acknowledge things at the time sometimes because they don't understand it.
Yeah.
Yet.
I would love to see the Grammys in like 85.
Yeah.
I don't think I was fucking one. I don't remember that shit. What we got?
They were nominated for a Grammy, but they did not win.
Who they lose to? Duran?
What year was that?
1986.
86? That was the year I was fucking
Who
born.
did they lose to?
I'll tell you right now.
They lost to Wilson Phillips.
They lost to fucking Joan Jett.
Sade.
Oh, Sade won? I mean...
What, Smooth Operator?
No, just Best New Artist.
Oh, Best New Artist.
Damn, Sade she definitely deserved that one. That's Sade.
Yeah. Sade has a fucking library of songs.
How many Grammys has she got, man? Yo, Sade is just infinitely sexy.
Yeah, she's...
Like...
Even now.
Yeah, like, she's like... Psh, they need a mummifier for the future so people can understand what sexy is.
They're gonna put her in a mausoleum.
They need to turn into a wax statue so people can understand. Like,
She's won 4.
She's won 4,
She's
though.
won 4 Grammys?
Yeah, she's nominated for 9 and won 4.
That's cool. 4.
There were some people nominated for some Grammys this year. I didn't even know they were still doing music.
Yeah?
Like, I saw Kendrick won against the Beatles.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, the Beatles were nominated.
They're alive?
I'm like, what the?
Beatles won Best Rock Song or whatever.
How?
I don't know.
What song?
maybe album. Maybe
George Harrison was there.
Like, I know I'm not tuned in the way I used to be with music and shit, but like, for real?
Was it like re-nominated, like an old release?
Nah, this shit was new. It had all of them in the studio, mad old, like singing.
Oh, so they put out an old
video.
track that they had.
No, bro. I seen a video of them looking old as fuck.
Well, they're dead.
Yeah.
No, like whoever's remaining is
Paul
in a
McCartney
video. Paul McCartney is in the
Ringo?
studio with headphones singing, and it was during the nominations, like when they're saying the names of the people nominated. It was a video playing in the back, and that's what it showed. And I was like, what the fuck? Like it bugged me out. So I don't know if they. I guess they just. Maybe it's Paul McCartney just putting out the old shit.
Old shit, yeah, that's interesting.
Won, best rock performance.
Who? Beatles?
Yeah.
Wow, they still rocking out 80 years later.
Hey.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, it's legit like what, 70 years?
Yeah, it's a long ass time.
That's crazy to be still rocking. That's like the Rolling Stones. Motherfuckers with
British rock stars don't die.
Yeah.
They don't die.
Nah, they don't. A lot of motherfuckers were heroin at one point and shit too.
And you wouldn't even know it. They're like, yeah, I did heroin and went playing a concert the next day.
Yeah, I was on a 2/5 of LSD every night, but
you see that video? If you pause it right there, you see me doing a line. It's like they're mad honest about that shit too.
Yeah, they beat that shit though.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think Drake is done from like this whole like winning and like acceptance from even like an academy like that?
I mean, I'll say this: it just seems like that lawsuit shit didn't help him any, and I think it kind of extended the lifespan of this whole beef. Him doing the fucking excuse me, doing the lawsuit. I think it actually prolonged the lifespan of this beef, or not beef, just the humiliation of it. Because I don't think Kendrick's beef with anybody. He got nothing to beef about.
Yeah.
Like, he already made his point, and obviously it was heard around the world. Like, you got dudes in huts singing Not Like Us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if he
I'm not even trying to be funny about that. I literally saw, like, a group of people. Huh?
If he does that at the Grammys?
Nah, bro, you mean the Super Bowl.
No, Super Bowl, I'm sorry.
He's 100% doing that at the Super Bowl. I think I said this on the episode we discussed the lawsuit. But I think that this whole lawsuit was an attempt to get that song like barred from being performed at the Super Bowl. But he didn't really think about the Grammys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the Grammys is type embarrassing, bro. Like, you win, first of all, for that song, which is just dissing you. And then they play the bar. They could have played just the instrumental. But they played that whole
And they
bar.
had the whole crowd sing it.
That wop, 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 fuck him up. That whole part played, and before it, though, where he calls him you gotta mute that. And then, up until that part, all through that A minor part, the whole crowd was singing it. You got the cameras focusing on Beyonce dancing with a big-ass smile on her face. Taylor Swift is like, dress dancing in the middle of the aisle somewhere. Everybody,
all the biggest stars.
Everybody
pop
saying
stars,
those
music stars.
Everybody's saying those words. So it kind of like, I know that gotta leave. There's no way it don't leave a bad taste in your mouth when you hear everybody like, damn, I see where they rock. Like, damn, that's big. That's a big L, bro. Not for nothing. I don't think it's an L anyone was thinking about either. Like, winning for this song and then actually having everybody sing it in the venue is crazy.
Seeing him win for that diss track, I feel like Ether should have won.
I mean, yeah, if it was that kind of climate back then.
Music needs to be acknowledged like that, because that Ether track is one of the most vicious diss tracks ever.
Listen, man, we had the Source Awards.
Yeah.
And that shit didn't last that long.
Did you see this shit with BabyFace getting shitted on by that reporter?
Yo, that's a complete lack of knowledge of music. You should not be on no red fucking car. Like, first of all, stop getting... I don't even know who the fuck those girls are, if they work for E or...
No, they work for Alternative Press.
Okay, so they work for Alternative Press. They're like in their 20s, right?
I don't know. I don't know them chicks.
I mean, age is a factor only because there's certain things you're not going to know that came before you.
Yeah.
But if you're in a music space and you're going to be interviewing everybody and anybody that comes up, that you can't just think it's gonna be artists that you're into or artists that are current.
Yeah.
Like Babyface getting snubbed on the red carpet for a chaperone is just about the most absurd shit I've ever heard. Like, Babyface is a legend.
Wow, he was also like, what was bad about it? I think one of the reporters looks like she actually cared and was like interested in the conversation, but one of them broke off and kind of.
Yeah, she's the one that kind of fanned out. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like
it's you can't do that. It's like it's a respect thing, and like it's your
a
job.
respect thing. It's a level of professionalism that she lacked. Because you don't do that, period. Even if you are a fan, you're not supposed to stop with this man. This man's on the red carpet. Even if you don't know who he is, first thing in your mind should be, shit, he's here. I don't know who he is.
And I think he was talking, I think even at the point where they interrupted him, I think he was talking about like the artists, women in R&B and stuff.
Women that he's written for, songs. Yeah, like, it was a very important, like, we needed his 2 cents.
Yeah.
In that room, especially. It's a night where they're honoring legends. You're honoring Quincy Jones.
And I think kind of like the reverse also with some stuff like that. It's like, yeah, of course the newer artist is going to be, that's more popular to people on social media and the younger generations, which is that, the Chaperone girl, right?
Yeah.
But everybody's going to have interviews with her. And so much press. If you get something that's solid with this legend that touched different names, now you get such a solid piece that I think is just better work.
Well, there's a problem. It's the fact that you know he's a legend and she doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just hiring a bunch of motherfuckers that ain't fit for the job.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know, like, you don't have, like, obviously it might be a little hard to know every last single artist that comes up there. But again, like, that's some training shit.
Yeah.
Like, bro, don't be up there trying to interrupt nobody to get her. Relax. That's crazy to do. You wouldn't do that to someone on the street.
Yeah, that's so disrespectful.
Like, you're in a conversation with someone, you might be like, oh shit, what's up, bro? Like, you're not gonna, like, just acknowledge them, but you're in the middle of a conversation. You wouldn't just, yo, sorry, but and just go talk to them and, like,
and goof them.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
in a regular situation, that would be absurd.
Yeah.
You're on the red carpet and nothing struck you to be like, yo, I'm bugging. Like, I shouldn't do that. There's a dude dressed very nicely here on the red carpet. He gotta be somebody. If your ass don't know, ask somebody.
It's just
the girl next to her knew. You know, the girl next to her knew exactly who he was.
She felt embarrassed. You could tell too.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that, like, that other girl could bring down that whole ship for you. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
She let her, hopefully it doesn't happen though,
Yeah,
I think that's just a learning moment.
I think it's just a lack of professionalism and a lack of knowledge, man.
Like you said, it is just like a rude thing. Like,
it's rude in general.
Thing.
Yeah, like
you don't do that to anybody.
Acting like a little ass kid for this chick dressed like the fucking doll from Annabelle and shit.
We're not gonna get Chaperone hate here. That's Matt's favorite artist right now.
Listen, I probably know her songs and don't even know it's her, because you know how that goes. Like, you'll hear a song over and over again, not even know. But I know her more for just like going viral, or like she's beefing with a fan or something. Like, I've seen so many different stories of her, and then I'm just like, bro, who the fuck? I don't know. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like, dude, and now we're talking about her again, and it's about it's some other negative shit. It's like, she might be the coolest.
She had nothing to do with this stuff.
Yeah, she had nothing to do with it. She might be the coolest person in the world, but it's like, bro, the fuck.
That's what social media and that beast does to you, bro. It makes everything under the lens of scrutiny and from a weird perspective with everything. Like, people don't know how to handle that shit, man.
Yeah.
Fame is a weird thing, especially at that level. It looks like it. I can't imagine what that is. Everybody, imagine
Yo, that would get a little irritating.
Yeah, you'd be fucking. That would be fucking weird, bro.
That would get a little irritating. Not gonna lie, but I mean, it's not like she. It's just, bro, that whole celebrity lifestyle is something different. You're kind of, once you're in it, you have years before, like, you start kind of adjusting to it. People start changing and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying I would be dealing with it any better than she does.
There's some people that deal, I don't know how, there's some people that deal with it greatly.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, dude, there's some people that just I think is like I like real famous comics for that. That's why it's something cool in comedy. Like I think because the work is done amongst the people, that you can just be amongst the people, still even being at the highest level. I'm talking about like superstar status. Like people will still have some kind of like respect. Like, of course, there's always gonna be weirdos. You hear about it, but it seems like like, dude, I've seen, Chris Rock years ago just walking around.
Me too.
Like, and just hanging out.
He saw that I acknowledged him and he winked at me.
Yeah, Tracy Morgan in a like Lamborghini.
He's always in a fucking Lamborghini out here.
Yeah, but everybody
like, seen Tracy Morgan on the streets of New York in some type of ill whip,
and nobody would disrespect
mad jewelry
him
on.
Like jewelry. So many people respect. Like it just seems like he could get out that whip, go to a store. He might get a couple people like, yo, Tracy, like, oh.
Oh shit, Tracy, I fuck with you, bro.
Yeah, and you get a couple of those, but it's not gonna be some weird. Those comics could be at that level. Still could be with the people. That's a cool fucking thing.
I seen an interview. I was watching a Godfrey podcast.
Yeah,
and he was talking about how he came across a dude that was like, "Man, you ain't funny, man. Fuck, you think you funny, man?" And then he was just like, "All right, man, like whatever." And then he saw the guy like a year later or some shit. And the guy was like, "Yo, there was a guy that was fucking with you, da da da. That was me." He's like, "Yo, I don't know what happened, bro. I was a fan and I just freaked the fuck out when I seen you." And I just started talking mad shit. Like, "Man, you think you funny, man? I gotta know what else to say, yo. I just want to say I'm sorry." So it goes to show you, like, everybody gets those types of, in those situations, is weird. Just it could be weird for fans too.
Yeah, no, totally. It's like a thing of admiration,
Yeah.
Anybody I felt like I really respected their work, I don't want to talk to. Isn't that weird? Yeah. That's me. I'm like, yo, I don't want to disrespect their time.
I don't want to. I don't even want to. Yeah.
I've had it in my head. If I ever got to meet certain people, I would just say, "Hey, thank you for your work. I'm out. We don't gotta do no other thing."
I've met some people where I'm just like, "Listen, huge fan, man. Huge fan.
Yeah.
Like, appreciate you." But it'd be people that like were like Prisoner 4 on The Wire or some shit, and they're looking at me like, "The fuck, this dude know who I am?"
Yeah, that's so fucking funny. Yeah.
Fucking
people with funny one lines and shit. Movie history.
Gym coordinator, scene 4. Yo, man, I loved you in that 2-minute scene, bro. She was ill.
Dude, were you in the background of The Dark Knight?
Yo,
I think I saw you take that right hook.
You know what I was talking about recently? Yo, we don't got no more legendary. Like, all right, I don't know about. I'm gonna talk about New York for a second. New York City always has some actors that these are dudes who grew up like in the LES, Brooklyn, fucking the Bronx, Queens, whatever, 5 boroughs, and that they just really from the hood, they really from the streets or whatever. They're like regular people who just grew up in New York, and they end up becoming actors, and they end up showing up in like every single hood movie you see.
Yeah.
You remember those types of actors?
Yeah, of course.
Like Giancarlo Esposito was like that.
Yeah.
Like he was in Fresh. He was in fucking Law and Order. He was in NYPD Blue. He was on New York Undercover. He was always playing like some crazy bad guy or some shit. And these like, same thing with like dudes in like the movie Pride and Glory, and like, you always had these actors from out here that it's like, yo, that dude, man, he's always in shit. This Puerto Rican dude, or like, yo, this guy from Brooklyn, blah blah blah. Yo, you don't see that shit no more.
No, I guess maybe it's just the storytelling, because I feel like maybe what stories are being told that they don't have these characters.
Yeah.
But you also, a lot of roles just get dispersed differently like that.
Yeah.
And also I think maybe filming in New York, how much has it gotten cut?
Oof.
I know new studios have been popping up recently.
Yeah.
I think something in Jersey's opening. I think Netflix is opening up something in Jersey or in Yonkers. So there's a couple new studios coming back. So maybe you get more productions based off of like different times over here. But you're right about those actors that you always see them like they get like 3 or 4 lines.
Yeah,
in like,
they're always
all
in
these
like
movies.
they're always in Law and Order. They were always in show like movies as like a side character. They were like even the cat that played Radamez.
Yeah.
In Juice.
Yeah, he was in a few different things.
He's in that man's got an ill career, bro. He was on the Aaron Hernandez like not Netflix FX special they did where it's like a docuseries, like a drama.
Yeah.
Kind of like Monster.
What they did with the OJ shit.
Yeah, exact same shit. He's the father.
Yeah.
He's in that show as the father.
So he's still working.
And this dude was like, I still see him. Anytime I'm like watching New York Undercover, Law and Order, and it's like shit from 94, 93, he's in those episodes. So it's like, that's what I mean. These are faces that you used to become familiar with. Every time you saw a certain movie, like all these like HBO, like independent films that used to get aired directly to HBO back in the day and shit, these actors were always casted. Like, they were always all over. And you do not see that no more, yo. Like, now it's like series. So, you know, like, you might see the same guys pop up in different shows like Power and shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's not like the way it was before, where you can kind of pick a dude out. Be like, yo, that's my man from that movie, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't happen no more.
I wonder, that's an interesting point. I wonder how many...
Like, it made me think, like, is it because a lot of people are taking the comedy route? You know what I'm saying? Because now you recognize a hell of a lot of comedians from New York City. You know, like dudes who are, but they utilize Instagram and TikTok and shit. Like, you might come across a crazy group of...
Well, I think in New York, is not that they... Well, maybe they do take the comedy route, but I'll tell you this. In New York, it's more comedians that start acting.
Yeah.
I think that... Or they were interested in acting, but they started out in comedy.
Well, I should reiterate, because you have comedy in general. You're in the stand-up world, so that's exactly true. Then you got, like, the dudes who is, like, from Washington Heights, Brooklyn and shit.
Yeah.
That are just straight social media dudes.
Oh, yeah, skits.
And those are the faces that
some of them do stand-up, but...
Those are, like, the New York... some of the New York talent that people are seeing everywhere.
Yeah, they don't need these shows or anything no more.
Right.
They got their own fans.
So I guess that's like the new version of it. You know what I mean? It's hard to compare.
Actually, that's a very interesting point. The people on social media that you see consistently, that becomes the stars that you used to see from like on regular channels.
Exactly.
Like you said, Dick Wolf
like
shows.
there's people I see show up on, like, I'll throw on like Chicago Fire or some shit. I'm talking random shit. And it'll be like new episodes, and I'm like, yo, that's my man from the movie Double Whammy. Like, yo, this is nuts. This dude was on the, like, and back then they weren't really known. And now you see that they're like casted as like this prominent role and shit. Like, it's sick to see. But again, you don't see it like that no more. I think the last movie I saw that with was Pride and Glory.
Yeah, with the Spanish kid, or
with that Spanish dude with the afro.
Yeah, what is that scene? That scene is mad funny.
Oh, where you say he's gonna kill his family with a hammer?
Well, that's not funny, but no, when he gets grabbed.
Yeah, that's the scene. When he starts talking to him in Spanish.
Yeah.
And he's like, te lo voy a decir. Tengo un martillo para tu y tu familia. And he's like, yeah, get that fucking jungle language out of my yard. Colin Farrell's mad fucking racist. Get that fucking jungle language out of my yard. But
Colin Farrell, by the way, I realized this. He's up there as like maybe my top 5 actors.
Nah, dude's up there, bro.
Like, and I realized it's not because of like his newer shit, not even his American shit.
Yeah.
But just like my favorite movie like became like, I think my favorite. It's a battle for top 3, but one of my favorite movies ever is In Bruges.
Mm-hmm.
I love that fucking movie.
I know you love that.
It's written so well. That fucking director and kills it. But it's just like such a good film, bro. Everything about that. And then Cassandra's Dream with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then A Killing of a Sacred Deer. I'm like,
was that with
that was with the
Barry
kid.
Keoghan?
Barry Keoghan.
That movie's fucking.
That was a weird film.
That
bro.
movie's dark,
slow paced. Like it was fucking creepy.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah.
But that movie's really good.
Yeah, but shit, what the fuck are we talking about?
Now, like people, like him being one of your top actors.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you don't really, I guess that's what I'm saying. Pride and Glory with Colin Farrell. Like in that movie, you saw a few people that were like casted like from The Wire and shit like that in that movie, and it's kind of like the last time I saw that done.
Yeah.
Whereas like it was a familiar face that was like just kind of popping up in different series. It's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, different rules to cast. Yeah, that's interesting, man.
Yeah.
You see all this shit with like in sports going on with this trade.
Yeah, I've been here. I mean, you guys are the sports guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you guys are going to have to school me a little bit, but I saw a lot of people complaining about that trade.
That's a crazy trade, bro. It's like, those are 2 teams that I don't care about, but I do realize that, like, it's wild how that Dallas Mavericks team lost 3 sick top players. Mm-hmm. They let them go, and they're all, like, Jalen Brunson's on the Knicks now. who's like all-star level point guard, like a killer, like you could say maybe top 6 MVP candidates.
Yeah.
They let go of a MVP like player and Luka Doncic, like, and they traded him for some guy who's like way old. How old is AD now? He's probably towards the tail end of his career, right?
Yeah, he's always hurt too.
Yeah. So they finessed him, bro. One of my favorite things is like I saw like a TikTok with where people are laughing like it says like the Lakers GM like yeah we'll get back to you, see if we want to do that trade, and they just like they finessed them, bro.
Damn.
They got such a sick player though, but what's fucked up is that they didn't even tell him though.
That's foul.
So
they
they
gotta move his whole life,
bro. It was done in pure secrecy.
He last week bought a $15 million mansion
In Dallas.
and then they just traded him a week later.
So what's gonna happen? Like that would be, I would be like, y'all gotta pay for that.
And
right?
because they let him go, because of contractually, they let him go ahead of when he could get his super max.
Yeah.
So by them doing this trade,
It resets.
they stole, well not stole, but they kept $116 million from him.
But it's to save so smaller teams can, if they get a good player, they don't just all go to the Lakers. They don't all go to the Knicks.
Yeah.
To save these guys, so they had the supermax. So whoever team, maybe I don't know if it's drafts you, but if you're there for a certain amount of time, you can get the supermax. But once you get traded, you go to a new team, it restarts.
Right, that's what I was saying.
So
It
he doesn't get
resets.
it. And also, he was in Texas.
So he could just be getting traded for
Now
the next
he's moving-
10
he's
years and
moving to
never hit that
California,
max.
where
Yeah.
he's got all those taxes. So he has less money, and he's gonna get less money on top of the taxes he has to pay in California.
I would fuck around and just break my fucking legs.
Crazy.
Just jump up and land wrong on purpose. Now nobody making money.
Yeah, I mean it's always weird. I get
I'm sure in endorsements he'll make up.
he's gonna make so much money no matter what. The dude is gonna be paid.
Yeah.
But that's not. I think it's like people forget. I guess it's like the Jimmy Butler thing, right? How Pat Riley's like, yo, you're not playing.
Yeah.
Like I guess the players now are feeling like they're not getting paid. Dude, you're getting paid $200 million. Of course, the organization that pays you that is gonna want you to play respectfully and like actually show up. It's not like they're paying you.
Yeah.
It's not like people would play hard every day when they weren't getting paid shit in the 90s. Most players weren't getting. Now you're getting. And I'm talking about superstars.
Yeah.
Gary Payton and all these guys, people that were known, they weren't getting paid a percentage of what they're getting now.
Yeah.
Now they're getting.
Dude, they have Joel Embiid. I don't know how much he makes, but let's just say he makes $40 million a year. He probably makes more than that.
Yeah.
He came out and said, "I'm not playing any more back-to-back games."
So he won't play a game back to
So
back.
he'll never, as a career, he'll play a back-to-back game. But you're getting $40 million.
It's a demand, yo.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's fire, though, to be able to even do
I mean,
that.
that's cool. You could do that. There's people gonna still want you, but I guess the teams now are going like. It's seeming like the manager's like, yo, you bugging. Like, you can't wild out as
It's
much
going to
as you
cause
like.
them to fuck it up for everybody, but at the same time, I guess he's thinking wear and tear. Like,
Oh no, they're only gonna fuck him up when they had to negotiate a deal.
yeah,
it's gonna
be fucking
I'm talking about,
ridiculous.
Like, the league and the players, it's gonna be bad.
He's gonna end up playing in
Because
fucking.
basketball players, they have guaranteed contracts, where you get it no matter what. It's gonna be like football, where it's not guaranteed, where you have to, if you don't play, you get hurt, you don't get paid, and they're gonna hate that, but they're doing it to themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to fuck it up for
That's the
everyone.
business end.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget there's a business end too.
Yeah.
And I'm usually against most business, but I understand if somebody's paying you $50 million a year or some shit, you should show up. It's not peanuts. They're not paying you fucking $5,000 for you to hurt your body.
Well, I mean, I'm showing up, just like not 2 days back to back.
He's a superstar.
I'm a mistake.
There was a stat where
I want to be rolled off the court every fucking.
As soon as you're done, you just lay down and
I
they
just
pick
lay
you
down.
up.
I'm gonna lay down on the ground and
When you're doing interviews,
people gotta carry me over.
like, it was a good game. You know, I was
Yeah,
chilling.
it was really good.
I dropped that 40 because
There's a thing. Remember, I think I sent it to you where it showed Embiid, where it showed how much money he's made playing, and how much he made when he didn't play, and it was like it's 50 like the same.
Yeah.
It's like 40 million, like.
So why would, dude? I'd be step on my foot, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like sad.
Yo, elbow me in my fucking eyeball. Like, I need. Nah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, dude, that's too much money to be shitting on, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's crazy. 50 million, fuck. It's a lot of cheddar.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a lot of cool boxing shit going on too.
Yeah.
You ever watch boxing these days?
Yeah, not you know how I am. Like
yeah,
recently,
casually you see highlights
but
and shit.
back in the day it was always wrestling. We used to watch boxing every fucking weekend.
You've been hearing about this whole like people keep saying Canelo's ducking this boxer. David Benavidez.
Yeah.
So like Benavidez just fought this good Cuban boxer, David Morrell,
right?
Who was like professionally wasn't too seasoned.
Right.
He had 11 fights prior to this one, but he had over 120. I think he went 122 and 2, or 120 and 2 in amateurs.
Right.
So the dude boxes.
Yeah.
So they took each other on, and David Benavidez beat him, and like that was the guy that like Canelo doesn't want to fight him.
Right.
He was Canelo's mandatory for 3 years. That's the thing that gets me weird about that whole boxing shit. Because you see sports fans. I tell you this all the time. Sports fans are insane, bro.
Yeah, they're the worst.
I look at sports fans and I know why America's fucked up. Because the shit they talk and their views, I'm like, you guys are bugging, bro. It's like the way they shit on this guy, like he doesn't deserve the fight against Canelo when he was his mandatory challenger. Because he beat everybody in that division.
Yeah. Challenge that's how
for
the
the
bracket
belt.
is set up.
Yeah. Imagine you being the number one challenger for 3 years.
Yo.
And the champion doesn't want to fight you. You got to talk shit.
Yeah.
You got to be like, yo, my man, come on.
You got to force him out.
And I know Canelo's, and that's another thing. Canelo's not scared.
Yeah.
Anybody who thinks Canelo's scared is fucking
It's just,
stupid.
is the juice worth the squeeze? That's how he's seeing it. Like, do I want to risk having my career fucked with? I'm on a streak. I'm that guy.
I don't even know if he sees it like that. Maybe he does see it.
I feel like everybody sees it that way from a business aspect.
I think that because some of the business aspect, right, is some of the shit that makes sense. I think he may be looking at it like Mayweather did. Like, yo, if we hold off on this fight, now we get to such a fucking epic moment where I get out of this one fight 150 plus million, which he might be able to get. Yeah. I think if he decides to end his career fighting Benavidez, he's getting at least 150 to 200 million for one fight.
Well, I know Canelo said that Benavidez talks so much shit that he's like, I don't want to give him a payday.
That's another thing. I understand that too.
Yeah.
Canelo's right. Anybody who fights Canelo is making the most money ever.
Yeah.
So if you disrespect me, why would I give you the most money ever?
That's when you guys just gotta come out and be like, "Listen, Canelo, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can we fight, please?
I just wanted to challenge you.
Can I please give you these hands, Canelo, please?
Yeah.
Yo quiero pelear, please.
Por favor, Canelo.
Por favor, Canelo. Vamos a pelear, please. Canelo, please. Vamos a pelear. Please.
Vamos.
Yo quiero pelear, Canelo, please. No, he's probably just fucking...
It's many reasons.
There's many reasons. You wouldn't know unless you know
you get both sides. And the people, it's like everything. People pick sides and they stick with it so bad.
Yeah.
Like, they shit on Benavidez too, or they shit on Canelo. I'm like, yo, are you not seeing this? Like, for what it is? They're both, what Benavidez did, he was like, all right, you don't want to fight me at 168. He went up to light heavyweight.
Yeah.
So he went to 175. When Canelo went to 175, he lost.
Yeah.
Benavidez went up there, and he won twice so far.
And Canelo climbed to 175 from like what, under 150?
I think when Canelo started, he may have fought at 140.
Oh, come on.
So, his natural weight is at, I think, 168.
Yeah.
He fought Mayweather. Mayweather was a little...
Yeah. I think at 140. So that's when he first started, young Canelo.
Yeah.
So I'm like, at a certain point, sometimes the weight, you just, David Benavidez is a big dude too.
Right.
And I think Canelo, that's a pick 'em fight. Like, I think if you look at both these guys' styles, I think anybody could win that.
Yeah.
Benavidez has gotten caught. You don't want to be getting caught by Canelo.
True.
Because that dude will fucking lay you out.
Yeah, it would be the fight people want to see.
It will make so fucking much money.
It's just the fans, they make it, man. Like you said, fans are crazy too. Because now It's not like before, back in the day, you used to see clips go up on like E-bombs or some shit or a forum, and there's a lot of activity in forums. Now it's just like it's the common thing to do, to go into a under a video and just have a crazy thread of people talking.
Yeah,
all that engagement is encouraged, and it's the reason why these things get around so fast. So now you have people just fucking everything's a fight, especially when it has to do with abilities people don't possess.
Yeah, people choosing sides.
Like me not being a boxer, why am I gonna judge how this dude boxes?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you could do that. There's a way you could say, all right,
but not the way they do it.
But not the way of being like an asshole about it. Like,
exactly. Like, there's a way to do it when you can be like, okay, like his fighting style, this guy has more reach, he's faster, and that all makes perfect sense. Everybody's gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
But these people be on some shit like,
oh, he's a pussy. He ain't gonna. Because he likes to box and run around the ring.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy is a fucking.
The only reason Mayweather wins is because he runs. He's not a real fighter. Like, that's the stupidest, most dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like, you
in
would
boxing.
Not,
he's boxing.
You would not fight Mayweather.
Yeah. But she's saying, what? He's boxing in boxing.
Yeah, like that's. God.
That's like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That's like. The idea of like boxing off the back foot in boxing is like wrestling and MMA.
It's funny you said that.
People say, people don't like to watch just wrestlers, but it's not like they're not there to get hit. They're grabbing you.
Yeah.
They're on you.
Yeah.
That's the closest in wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So people that don't like to watch, sometimes a pure wrestler, if they're good enough, it can get boring when they're not trying to finish the guy.
Yeah.
But it's still such a skill to be able to negate somebody's whole game plan.
Yeah, it's
everything they
people
do.
A lot of people don't care about skill. People just want to see a bloody fight.
Yeah.
And when you see two dudes, they could be executing the wildest holds ever. That to an enthusiast is like, oh my God, he did the left horseshoe armbar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're like, whoa, that's hard to pull off. And they're like, and he's fucking hugging him on the floor for 5 minutes.
Yeah, why they between each other's legs?
But everyone else understands the level of skill that goes into what they're doing and what's happening.
Yeah.
And the amount of energy it takes to be on the fucking ground for that long and not want to die. I've had fights where people hug me and I'm just like... like, after that, I'm not trying to hear a ding ding and fight again.
And go for another half an hour?
We just hugged.
Yeah.
I'm mad tired now, bro. I'm not fit. I'm fat. Like, I'm not even like that shit takes skill, bro.
Yeah, so imagine you talking shit to these fucking athletes. But it's just crazy, bro, because like people that don't understand like that fight, going back to the Benavidez Canelo fight,
yeah.
That fight is a good fight because these guys are gonna fight. Like,
right.
There's gonna be boxing in it, of course, because both these guys have defense in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But those are up close. Benavidez is 100% pressure.
Right.
Benavidez is not a backup fighter. And Canelo, he does box sometimes, but it's more when he wants to, like, it's almost showboating to Canelo when he wants to, like, yo, you can't hit me. He's very good defensively.
Crazy maneuverability.
Yeah. But Canelo's the guy, he another come forward, like, stay close up, like, yo, let's throw.
Yeah.
So it's a fun fight.
But now you have Canelo versus Terrence Crawford.
Terrence Crawford versus Canelo is going to be another. Yeah.
At Raiders Stadium.
Which is insane.
You guys are talking about all this boxing, but I do the air quotes because everybody knows that Jake Paul versus Logan Paul.
That's the number one fight?
That's the number one fight everybody wants to see.
Yo, that shit, bro, that shit is such a clown.
Mike Tyson, I was just a warm-up. Logan Paul versus Jake Paul. 2020. Who the fuck thought about that?
I thought it was real.
Huh?
It's not real?
No, it was a promotion for like a TV show they're doing.
Oh.
Okay, so that's why it's not really...
It's not real, no.
Okay.
I would never think they should fight anyway. I think that's such a bad look.
Jake Paul would beat the shit out of him.
Jake Paul would knock him out, but that's such
I would
a bad...
love to see them dudes fuck each other up. That shit will be hilarious.
Both get knocked out at the same time.
Not like they really... That's brotherly... Oh, you hitting me? That's watching two actual brothers just wild out on each other. If they put them in the ring in an MMA match, that shit'll be that shit'll be sold out instantly. If you put Jake Paul and Logan Paul in a bare knuckle match.
Yeah, I'll definitely pay $000 for that. And watch that maybe on a stream while I have something else to go.
People would love to see them dudes fuck each other up, bro.
For sure.
People, like, that's us. We're not going to be the ones paying for that, but
I would never
there's
ever
gonna
pay
be
for that.
there's gonna
1,000%
be
maybe
5
stream.
million people from the ages of like 14 to 30 that pay for that shit.
You think? I don't know.
I think so. It's just absurd. Like a bare knuckle fight between them dudes would be hilarious. Like just seeing somebody, either one of them make contact with bare knuckles.
They should become Irish dudes. All right.
They should
Logan.
They should just go do a slap fight.
I will pay for that. I'll watch that. I'll pay $3 for that. If Jake Paul and Logan Paul, if y'all want me to pay, do a slap fight and I'll pay $3 to watch it.
Oh,
I'll pay full price $3.
Then versus McGregor.
Slap contest?
That shit.
Nah, but yo, that Terrence Crawford Canelo fight is gonna be fire, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta watch this. I wonder what's gonna who you think is gonna win that one, Matt?
Probably Canelo.
I think Canelo makes more sense because of the weight thing. Like the same ideas we were just talking about before.
Yeah.
Like how sometimes you go up in weight and matters.
Yeah.
It does matter in boxing. Like 4 pounds.
He's getting older.
He is, but Terrence Crawford is older too. Terrence Crawford is older than Canelo.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that.
Terrence Crawford, I think by the time the fight happens, he's going to be 38. I think Canelo's 33. Or he might be 34 at the time. So everybody's like, yeah, he's getting older, but it's like, yeah, they're both old. It's crazy how you're old in sports at that age. People talk to you like you're 70. And I look at these guys, they're in prime physical peak condition.
He's 3 years older though. I thought Canelo was older than 34.
No, he's 34, right?
Yeah.
And Terrence is 37?
37, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So
Damn.
yeah.
They're both younger than me.
Yeah. And
Stay youthful, guys.
Yeah. Those guys, that's gonna be such a good fight though.
Hold on to your youth, fellas.
He speaks to them like they're youngins. Yo, Canelo, let me tell you something.
Yo, Canelo, come here, mijo.
Yo,
Canelo, come here, papi.
Bud Crawford.
Come here, papi.
Yo, what's up, bud? What's up, young buck? You talk to him like you there, unk. Them dudes will kill you.
What up, youngin?
Yo, mira, mijo, ¿cómo está?
Oye, mijo, tú estás por ahí, tú estás peleando todavía. Sí, peleando. Ah, pero yo te vi en la televisión, sí.
Bendiciones.
Bendición, mira.
Canelo. Oh shit, you can do that, bro. You can do that. But man, I would love to just see him give you a gut punch. You bendiciones.
You think Canelo will get mad at me if I said bendición?
If you call them mijo,
Canelo, mijo. Oh my God.
Oh, that shit got me in tears. Oh, fuck.
Well, that's gonna do it this week, guys.
That's it for this week.
That's it for this week's episode. So we'll be back next week. Same place, same time. You already know what it is, man. It was a good talk, you know what I mean? Covered a few things. Hopefully you guys liked vibing out with us this week. We appreciate you being here, man, always. Appreciate your time. My name is Jose Ortiz.
I'm Mario Benitez, and we'll see you fucking next week. Peace.